Ah, here we are again. Outside. Hey everybody, this is Rock Queen 71 coming at you live from my headquarters in Rocklahoma. How's it going? I'm outside once again, and if you guys see a duck jockey in back of me, let me know, please. These duck jockeys are everywhere, it seems like. Everywhere. So, anyway. What is it with these duck jockeys? And where are the parents? I mean, I've seen videos of what goes on in the theaters with these duck jockeys. I am. Thanks, Moto. I hope you are too. You don't see any duck jockeys in back of me, do you? They're everywhere, it seems like. A normal family can't go in the theater anymore without some disruption. Whether it be a shooting, some kids wanting clout and clicks on TikTok. Actually, a Jersey theater in Washington, New Jersey. I know where that theater is. Made a post saying if kids are not accompanied by an adult, they're not allowed in. And it should be that way. Alright, cool. The last movie Jim and I went to was Christopher Robin's, and that was years ago. Movies have become so woke anyway. There's a couple of independent films that I do want to see. That look decent. But it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. And most of these disruptions are from, teenage boys or college boys or whatever, I watched this one channel. Her name is Hello Haley or something. And she's from Britain. And she's like, what is up with these kids? Where are the parents? And she's a millennial. So the thing is, what happens is Jason Momoa, that plays Garrett the Garbage Man or whatever, alright, he's a rival to, I guess, Jack Black in the movie. First of all, I don't play Minecraft. I never played Minecraft in my whole entire life. My son Sean actually played Minecraft before it became a big thing, before the creator of it actually sold it to Microsoft or some big gaming development company. And Sean actually showed me a video, and this was actually before Ed passed away. Showed me a video about this guy. He made this, I guess, castle or his house or whatever, and he was supposed to grab a torch, and the house was made out of wood blocks, and so he grabbed the torch, and he dropped the torch by accident, and the whole thing went up in flames. And you could tell this guy was pretty freaked out. Like, he was like so emotionally damaged from that. And I said, nope, I'll never play that game. And I haven't. I haven't. Just because of what Sean showed me years ago. Because knowing my luck, I would do that. I would do that. So back to the Minecraft movie. So Jason Momoa plays Garrett the Garbage Man. I guess he's a rival of Jack Black's character Steve, or what, I don't know, whatever. If you know the plot, tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments and whatever. So in the scene, Jason Momoa has to fight this duck. And then all of a sudden, a crate drops down from the ceiling, and then a zombie baby drops from the crate, and then Jack Black says, "Duck jockey!" Oh no, it's a duck jockey or whatever. And then so that's pretty much like a code word for everybody go insanely crazy and destroy the movie theater. So, do you see any duck jockeys back at me? And now it's getting worse and worse and worse because a lot of these theaters are calling the cops on these kids. They're good. What do you think? Tariffs on China, yeah. Because they've been stealing everything from us. So what do you think? He has a 90-day reprieve on all the other tariffs and stuff like that. So, but I know one thing for sure, I'm not going to buy anything from Walmart anymore. But it's an all-out economic war with China. I guess we'll see, right? We'll see. I don't think a lot of people are sure anymore. You know, at least Trump is putting his foot down and it's like no more, no more, no more. You know what? But the stock market's not floundering like it has for the past few days. So we'll see, right? Trump's a brilliant businessman. Okay? So we'll see what happens with all this. Basically, he went all in on a poker table, with China. But he wants to put American manufacturing back in the U.S., not China, not anywhere else and stuff. But I know not many people are happy about the grocery prices still. This past weekend, I went on Reese's. It's a local grocery store here. And I usually get things online on Reese's, and then Jim picks, the groceries up and then brings them back home. And they had a huge sale on meat. Like, good deals on meat. And I told Jim, I said, listen, we have to get some meat. Good deals. Because when you see good deals on meat, at those prices, you have to really stock up. So he's like, okay, all right. Now, did I spend less on the groceries this past week? No. Now, Reese's didn't have some of the items that I did order, so that brought it down. That brought down the receipt price down a little bit, right? And plus, they put an authorization hold on, because if you're paying by credit card, they put a hold on it. And And so, and I keep telling Jim, I'm like, Jim, I have to remind you again that the total price that you see of everything, they put an authorization hold on your card. because I knew as soon as he saw the total of the receipt, he would have been like, screw that. Yeah, because he won't tell me. He's like, no, we're not spending that much. But I feel like we did pretty good. No, I think we did pretty good. Considering. And then Jim's like, well, I get paid this next week. Are we gonna go grocery shopping this week? I'm like, no. I said, we'll see. But no, no, we're not gonna go grocery shopping this next week. No, but I do feel bad for a lot of people that are on food stamps or SNAP. They call it SNAP now. Or just on fixed incomes, like the senior citizens and all that. And in a way, I'm glad my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law left when they did, because I think they would have had a harder time. They are probably having a hard time over there, my in-laws. But we keep out of their business, and pretty much they keep out of ours and stuff. But they're still family, right? It's kind of sad, and I'm not blaming it all on them either, guys. I should be going over there too, just to say hi, how's it going, how you doing, whatever, right? So it's a two-way street. But when my mother-in-law died in that house died that day. So, but up. I think I see a duck jockey. I think I see a duck jockey. Huh? What? Those duck jockeys. Damn it. I am going to try to, like, come out here, like, every day for at least an hour to get my son my vitamin D, because that helps with my pain issues and everything. And actually, when I was setting up out here, my back pain shot up to my neck, and that's not good either. But as you can see, guys, and if you see a duck jockey or or a couple of them let me know. But as you can see, every time I see the back here, I feel so blessed that we still have a house. We still have this property. You know, it's a daily reminder that Jim and I are grateful, and we do feel so blessed. And just to see, you know, here, let me show you something. Just to see, let you see, my gaming chair. Yeah, that close, guys, that close. Jim last night was working on a video about what happened a couple weeks ago. And he's not done with it. I saw, like, you know, a cut of it. And just by watching his video was making me like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, stressed out. I don't want to ever go through that again. I really don't. Because, that close, guys. That close. It's just, I think it's therapeutic for Jim to work on videos like that. I think it's therapeutic for me to do videos like that. I had videos of a couple weeks ago, and I just don't do it. You know, I have so many videos on my computer that are unfinished, and sometimes when my back pain acts up, it's like last night, I was working on a few things, and I asked him if I wanted to stream again, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night, why? And, I was like, no, I'll just work on a few things. And then Jim came into my studio saying, well, I'm going to bed. And then I was working on a few things, and I said, you know what, I'm getting off the computer and just, I'm going to watch YouTube for a little bit. I didn't want to be up all night like I usually do with streaming. It's not healthy, and, you know, I watched YouTube for a little bit last night, and then around 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, I went to bed. I stayed up Anyway, right? Excuse me. I was telling Jim too, I haven't seen any possums, no raccoons, like at night. Nothing. And and that brings me joy at night. I'll put a thing of cat food on the steps and Jim gets pissed off at it. Like, cat food costs a lot of money these days, and I'm like, I'll buy the freaking cat food from now on, okay? And then when I was going back to my studio, he's like, Vic. I'm like, what? He's like, come over here. He's like, and we were looking out the front door. I'm like, what? He's like, there was a big possum out there, and he went around the back. I'm like, okay. So I went in the back there. I said, I don't see him. I saw one raccoon about a week ago. He hasn't been back. Jim says he saw a big, huge possum last night. Well, I didn't see him, so. So, it's going to take time for things to get back to flourishing again, to have the animals back. I mean, we have the birds, right? But just seeing that is distressing. And I hope we don't have to go through that again. I can deal with tornadoes and hailstorms or whatever, but wildfires, no way. No way. And another thing, I think our governor was talking about how these fire insurance companies are actually changing their policies, and that Northeast Oklahoma, these fire insurance companies don't want to do business with people in Northeast Oklahoma anymore because we are prone to wildfires now. Real nice, right? Real nice. This fly keeps... Get off my toe. Oh, that's a little baby bird. Oh. And that's a little bitty bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I don't know if it's a bluebird or roadrunner or... Oh, there he goes. But this is what I see when I look up. Let's see if I can do this real quick. No! What? What? No! Well, I don't know what I just did. Oh. That was kind of stupid, right? Here, let me... Whoops. Yeah, so that's... Hello! So that's what I see when I look up. I would go back there, when in the summertime, late spring, summertime, it's like a canopy of greenery, and it's very peaceful. I would like to go back there, but I don't want to have flip-flops on. But, yep. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. And as you can see, that close. That close. That close. Do you think I still have post-traumatic stress disorder still from the fires? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Not like I did before, though. But I'm trying to get out of the house at least for an hour a day. for an hour and a half so I can soak in all the vitamin D. Because that helps with depression, anxiety, back, well, it helps with pain issues. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow I'll go on the other side. So it's around 70 degrees. There's a slight breeze. Beautiful day. Out here in my neck of the woods. Oh, there's Panther. I don't know if you can see him. Panther! 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 Panther has been around, I think, for about I guess ever since Ann passed away. Which was, it's been a couple years now. So, but he's very coy and he's very cautious, and it's like he just sticks around for the food. He just sticks around for the food and that's it. But there's two kittens underneath there that I want to see. I know some possums and raccoons go underneath the house. And then there's Junior. This morning, Junior, before I went to bed, I put some food out. And Junior was eating some food. And of course, when I open up the door, he scatters and goes underneath the house. But I want those two little baby kittens. If I can, if I don't get them, it's not gonna break my heart, whatever, because I know they'll probably still be around here somewhere. But I want to see my raccoons and my possums and my armadillos. So maybe tonight we'll see Rocky Raccoon. have a lot of back pain, you know, Jim will say, "Oh, come out here. It's so nice. You know, enjoy the day." Excuse me. It's like, yeah, I'll come out here. It's like, oh yeah, oh, it's a wonderful day, but it's so cloudy. You know, there's, oh, 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 oh. There's Junior. Junior. Oh, come on, Junior. Stop, Junior. Stop. Yeah, go over there by the pothead's house. Yeah, right. It looks like Junior's getting a little bit of a tummy on him, too. So, you know, he's eating good in the neighborhood, right? Yeah. Junior looks like Chips and Fluffy. So when we came here, I had 3 cats. I had 4. Nosy Rosie, didn't make it. She suddenly passed away. So we had Chips, Fluffy, and Magellan. And Fluffy and Magellan are Chips and Rosie's 2 kittens. And all that. And so, you know, cats know when something's up, when something terrible's happened, because when I came home from the vets, when Rosie passed away, they all knew. You know. But they were still a family. And Fluffy always used to take care of, you know, she took, I guess, Rosie's role and became the mama. You know what I mean? To take care of Chips, to take care of Magellan and stuff. So, when Jim, along with his friend, and his son actually came to pick me up to come back here, we had 3 cats in the car. They weren't that bad. You know, they weren't that bad. You know, so they made the trip 1,400 miles to here, and I say they enjoyed it here. Now, not at first, because we still had Cody and the dog, the 2 dogs, and they didn't want to come out of our bedroom. And eventually they did. You know, but and we had Oreo. Oreo was Jim's cat, and he was old and everything. And so one day Oreo just walked off, disappeared. We don't know where he went. And then Fluffy, I guess, went to be with Oreo and made a family for themselves and have plenty of kittens. And we don't know where Fluffy went. And then Anara passed away when we went to the movies. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm looking up in between the branches, and it's a jet. It's a jet, and yep. Chemtrails, if you believe in that stuff. Anyway, so so we don't know where Fluffy went, but Jim says, well, it is the country. Hi, Ryder. How are you? Great show last night. I was getting into it. I have another story. I have another story and stuff for you, but I just want. But to me, the most important one was about my father. You know what I mean? Don't say okay. Okay, you know, that's how I'm feeling, but I'll let you pass. Jim has a friend who does all these, you know, like ghost hunting. He's not a professional or anything. He just does have a hobby, and I think he just goes out just to get away from his wife for a little bit. But we have like down the road an Indian cemetery, and I think Jim and his friend went down there once. But yeah. But it was a good show. I enjoyed it. And I do believe in stuff like that. Oh no! You better watch so it doesn't get infected. There's been some stories and stuff, right? I don't know if you've seen this on the news or whatever, where I think the guy was from Michigan or whatever, or there's been a few stories like this where, yeah, you better, because there was this guy that actually got, licked by his dog, like on the leg or whatever, and the next day or two or whatever, he didn't feel good. He thought, oh, it was like maybe the flu or whatever, and he ended up getting everything amputated because it was sepsis and stuff. I'm not trying to scare you. I don't want to do that, but you know, yeah. When I had Cody, my dog, here, I told you about my left ankle where I had to have 8 surgeries on my ankle, right? And Cody at times would lick, you know, where my sore was. I said, don't do that. And I was always scared that if he did lick that spot, forget it. It would be an infection and then all whatever, you know. Yeah, I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just, you know. So when I saw those news stories about the dogs and, you know, all that crap, and Cody started, you know, you never know anymore, right? You never know. We only have cats now. Well, you know, but I do want to have, like, maybe a puppy or something. And Jim's like, no, because I'll be the one taking care of it. Or I told him too. I said I either want goats or a miniature cow. He's like, nope, because I'll be taking care of it. So we have the property to do it, even if it's just, you know, baby cat, like baby goats and stuff. At least they would eat the grass, so Jim wouldn't have to mow the lawn. Right? I'm thinking of him. Did I tell you the story about my mother-in-law? I think I did. I tell people this so many times and stuff. I was in Jersey, and I thought Jim had a heart attack. Yeah, all right. He was on Xbox for 3 days, and I decided to call his mother, and then his mother was like, oh, okay, you know, I have to go over there. And then she gets up to the front steps, and the dogs are barking, right? Don't those dogs sound friendly? Yeah, Ma. Yeah, right. No, that's a deal breaker right there. I have 4 cats. You know, I was like, nope. Oop. Yeah. But when I came here for like 18 days, 16 days, right? And all that, Jim said to me, you have to watch out for Nora. She's nasty. She'll bite you. Right? So, now he picked me up from the airport, Tulsa airport. We came home. It was like pitch black. I thought he was really a serial killer at first. He knows the story, by the way. I'm not. But there's a song from the 90s, like "Make Up Your Mind," like by the Possum King. Make up your mind, and that I swear, I said I'm gonna die. So I kept, you know, looking around to see what avenue where I can escape. that stuff. You know, he knows all this. And so, so we came back around the house and whatever. And, you know, he opened up the door and Anara was like, there. Anara and Cody were like, bull mastiffs. Yeah, exactly. But that song, as soon as we turned in the driveway, because it was all dark, it was fenced, I'm like, oh, something. All right? And that song popped in my head as soon as we got in the driveway. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Right? And the song kept playing in my head, you're my angel. You know, and all this crap. Why would my brain tell me that, right? Like, come up with that song right off the bat. So we went in the house and stuff, and there was Anara, and Anara didn't. I mean, she growled. She's like, ugh. But you know what? She's like, Dad, she's okay. She's one of us now. She didn't bite me or anything or snip at me. But she bit a lot of other people in the family, not me. He only growled maybe for 30 seconds, and that was it. Is that something? And dogs know if you're okay, if you're good and all that. But yeah. But that song popped up in my mind. And I was tired too. You know, because I had to, like, when I had to go from Newark to Chicago O'Hare, I had to be there for a couple hours, and then from there to Tulsa. Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. Hey, but nothing happened, right? I'm still here. I guess I'm an angel. But an angel with devil's horns. Still. Don't tell anybody that. Do you see any duck jockeys behind me? Do you see them? Any duck jockeys? Have you heard about what's going on with the Minecraft movie? It's not my thing, okay? I listen, I'm a gamer, okay? I never played Minecraft once, okay? So these kids, you know, because of this Minecraft movie with Jack Black and Jason Momoa, these kids go in the theaters and stuff, and if oh yeah, that's right, you told me, yeah. So these kids go in to these theaters, and if Jack Black, there's a scene, okay, where Jason Momoa has to fight a duck, right? And then Jason Momoa says to Steve Black, You think I watched the movie already? Yeah, I only watched clips of it just to see what the heck they were talking about. So, sure, Vic, sure. What's up, T-Bone? Yeah, but wait a minute. Yeah, it wasn't awful. But alright, so when you went to the movie to see Minecraft, and that scene where it's, where it's Jason Momoa's in the wrestling ring with Jack Black, and then that, Duck is in the ring, right? And that crate comes down, and with a zombie baby, right? And then Jack Black says, "That's a duck jockey," or whatever, right? And then everybody in the whole theater goes ballistic and berserk. Did you experience that when you went to see the movie? Back in my home state of New Jersey, in Washington, New Jersey, they told the parents if the kids aren't accompanied by an adult, they're not allowed in because they destroy the whole freaking movie theaters and everything. A lot of times the cops have to be called. There's shorts on it. They screamed through it. But they didn't throw their popcorn or body slammed anybody or just... It was just... Well, there's a lot of cases where they actually destroy the movie theater. And the cops had to be called. So that's what I'm saying. Do you see any duck jockeys in back of me? Because I'll get Jim's shotgun and blast him. No, they couldn't. Yeah, I wonder why. Go on YouTube and look under duck jockey shorts, duck jockey. You know what? I just thought of something. Can you imagine if these teenage boys wore jockey briefs? Those, the high end underwear. Anyway, that's stupid, but. Yeah, but it hasn't been like that always. But, yeah, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Oh, that's right, they're on their phones. They're on their phones. And they want their kids to be spoiled rotten. Well, that movie was supposed to come out in 2014. I did my research on it, I'll admit. But it was in the works for a long time. They finally, made it a movie. Or I guess it was watchable or something. I thought my generation was bad, okay? Yeah, take care of your leg, Ryder. I appreciate you. Love you, girlfriend. Wait, I didn't... Oh, that's based on a video game too. Well, that's based on a video game too. I haven't played it, but I have played like played with Emily. It's like a real like jump scare movie video game, and I actually was streaming it. This was a few years ago when I was still on Mixer. I actually flipped over in the chair like 7 times because of the stupid Emily Wants to Play video game. I flipped over in my chair 7 times because of that game. Yeah. Yep. They should make a movie out of that. Emily Wants to Play. Seven times I flipped over in the chair. 7. And a couple of my viewer friends, were like, "Are you okay?" Because they knew, I had severe back pain or whatever, and I couldn't even get up from the chair. That's how bad it was. Isn't that movie Megan kind of based on? I have to look at it because I think I saw the trailer and stuff. Maybe. I don't know. I had to see the trailer and stuff. But oh wait, hold on. When did I see that? A couple nights ago. I have to look that up again. But most likely, Hollywood is coming out with all these movies from video games. Are you that surprised? No, because the gaming industry is woke, and so is Hollywood. And they have no imagination whatsoever anymore. They have to make remakes and everything else, right? They're coming out with Karate Kid Legends with Ralph Macchio, and they pay homage to Pat Morita, who played Mr. Miyagi. I actually want to see it. I didn't see the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith or anything. And no, I'm not racist, guys. I just didn't want to watch a remake. It didn't make any sense. Why make a remake? Because it's not going to be as good as the original, right? In fact, my mod Blue, all right. It was around Halloween time, right? This was a few years ago when I was on Mixer, right? And he said to me, "Why don't you get Emily Wants to Play?" And I was like, I don't know, because I was looking for like a Halloween, like a Halloween game, right? And all that. I said, all right, hold on, and I said, oh no, I'm not gonna get it. Well, thanks to his suggestion, I blame him. I got the game. And I wish I never did because, like I said, I actually flipped over my chair 7 times. And he felt so bad afterwards, And that kid's from West Virginia, too. He wants to become a park ranger in the state park there. You sure know a lot about video games, T-Bone. I haven't played any video games for a couple months. I think the last video game I played was like pinball, and that was it. I'm so into AI stuff now and all that. Jim's not into video games anymore either, but a couple years ago he bought a Xbox One X series. Go figure. Why even buy that if you're not gonna play video games? But there was a couple games I saw on the Xbox store. Like I was like, oh, maybe I should do this on the stream. It was called Rocket. Yeah, of course, it had to do with something with Rocket, right? Rocket Rats, and then there's another one with just little like cats. So cats and rats. But did I buy the games? No, I didn't. Call of Duty's, excuse me, Call of Duty's Warzone is always free, and Verdansk, the first map they ever had, came out again. And of course, I get like email notifications saying, "Oh, guess what? Rocket Verdansk is back," and all this stuff, and it's like, whatever. I'm not into that crap anymore. I beat it. I'm fine with it. But there's a lot of hackers on that game. And they have like Activision and they have this anti-cheat program called Ricochet. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's still gonna be loopholes or backdoors to get through the program. That. Just like with poker sites, okay? And I know this from firsthand. When these poker sites allowed odds calculators, poker trackers, okay? All bots, by the way, all right? All that stuff. That's when I got out. And I was so against it. I was actually on a poker radio show talking against it and stuff, and people didn't like my answer. Oh well, you want to play against bots? That's you. I don't. And the poker sites knew this. They were okay with it because you know why? They still get their money. They still get the rake. You know, that's when I got out of it. I was like, nope. I'll play in the casinos and stuff, not on poker sites anymore. I mean, I played on like video games like Four Kings Casino. That's a kids game, and that's another thing too. They should have never made that into a kids game or allow that on Xbox because kids can get addicted to gambling. I played with 13-year-old kids on poker sites before. I'm talking about legit, whatever legit poker sites are. And in Oklahoma, I can't play on a poker site because it's illegal here. Now in New Jersey, I could. But not in Oklahoma. You can still play in the casinos, though. But those were the days. Those were the days. Poker was such a part of my life for a long time. You know, and I think with all the scams with online poker and the backroom deals at casinos or the World Series of Poker, I just got out of it. I was like, nah, forget it. Do I still love the game poker? Yes, I do. Do I play it all the time? No, I don't. I never went back to the Four Kings Casino video game. Just you know, play around. You know, it's that was a part of my life at one point, and I'm not interested in it anymore. I still like playing poker. You know, I haven't played that in forever, it seems like. But such a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You guys don't see any duck jockeys back there, do you? Do you? Do you see any ducks flying in the trees? Kids today have brain rot. They really do. Along with some adults also. Parents don't take responsibility or nothing anymore. Wow. That sun is getting bright, even though it's going to be sundown. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Oh my God. So I do try, get out into the sunlight. I have to. Now my back is, my back pain is very tolerable right now, which is a good thing. But I bet you guys, when I get up from this chair and then I walk up the steps and put everything away and whatever, forget it, my back's gonna be, oh no! Because it happens all the time. In fact, you know what? Let's take a walk. I have my flip-flops on right now. And you know what? I'm going to have a drink of ice cold water. Great value. Like, there's no poison in this, right? So let's take a walk. And I'm actually getting bitten up by bugs. But anyway. All right. All right, so you can't. Well, you can still see the yellow tape. And you can still see, like, our backwoods isn't like it used to be. But eventually it'll get there again. Let's take a walk. There's Tony Stewart's tire. R.I.P. Tony Stewart's tire. And see? Not close. Not close. Oh, there's a rabbit. There's 2 rabbits. Can you see that? There's 2 rabbits. There's 2 rabbits. There. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the rabbits or not. Can you see the rabbits? Look at that. Look at that. 2 rabbits. Let me see if I can. Hold on, guys. Wait a minute. How do I turn this around? Oh, no. They're, oh. Well, up. Go, Roll Bunny. Go. Good little bunnies. Well, there they are. Hi. Oh, there he is. There they go. Now you better not go over there, little bunnies. Because you're going to be somebody's dinner. Look at that. You can't, well, there's one over there, right? Like it. See, I can't. I'm glad we did take a walk, guys. So we can see the little bunnies. There we go. Hi, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? There we go. Look at that. I don't know where your friend went to. Around here somewhere. Yeah. I don't know if it's... Now, these aren't Preston's rabbits. They are wild rabbits. Come here. Where's your tail? You guess you're not a cottontail? Huh? Look at that. Oh, here. Oh, I'm trying to... Oh, there he goes. You still see him. Oh, let me get... Shoot. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Yep. That was fun. So that was 2 rabbits in our yard. You know what? Two rabbits. Pretty cool. And they didn't have any cottontails. I don't know why. And there's Tony Stewart's tire. Whoa, Tony Stewart's tire. Alright. And back we are. Pretty cool. I have to get... Oh! Hold on. I have to get new sunglasses because I can't see anything with these. You know what I mean? So yeah. Pretty nice seeing 2 bunny rabbits hopping around in our yard. I remember the first picture I ever took when I lived here. I took a walk down the driveway and I saw a bunny rabbit. But that bunny rabbit had a cottontail. So that was the first ever picture I took of me living here on a permanent basis. So we'll see, like maybe tonight, if, you know, we'll see raccoons or possums or armadillos or whatever. Because they bring me joy at night, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm like the Jersey Snow White, I guess. Yep, so we didn't see any duck jockeys, but we saw 2 little cute bunny rabbits. I'd rather see 2 cute little bunny rabbits than duck jockeys. I wish we could see 2 little black kittens. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen them in days. I hope nothing happened to them. Never know, right? So, oh, there, oh, wait, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Wait. Junior. Junior. Come on, Junior. Junior. Where are you, Junior? Oh! Hi, Cherokee. Oh, wait. Is it? Oh, there. Oh. I just saw a black kitten. He's staring right. And now he wants. Oh, come on. I saw one black kitten. He was staring right at me, and he was camouflaged because of the darkness. Because of underneath that house, right? And I saw him, and Cherokee. Cherokee. Oh, he sees something. Do you see the kittens? Cherokee, don't leave me. You see the kittens? Let me get. Cherokee, don't leave. Well, guys, thanks for dropping by. Oh, thanks for dropping by the stream. I truly appreciate it. Hopefully tomorrow, if it's nice out, I'll spend another hour with you guys out here. Put the human back into humanity, back in the world again. You know, the world's getting crazier and crazier and crazier, darker and darker and darker. You know, and parents have to step up and take responsibility for their own kids instead of being on their phone all the time or being afraid that they're missing out on something. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. I'm Rock Queens, everyone, coming at you live from my headquarters, and I'm signing off. Have a good one, guys.